Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be doing the daily reading for Sunday, January 17th, 2021. And today is a day that is ruled by the crown chakra and guided by endlessness. It's really funny, as I'm doing the date, I'm always thinking 2020 in my head and then adding the 1 at the end, which is really interesting because after the epic year of 2020 that we had, it's interesting that I'm still sometimes have that little bit of a disconnect. But we get it out. We know what year it is. Relatively speaking, right? As we say on here, that is the Muggle calendar year. We also know that the galactic calendar, our new year started back in July. And so, you know, do with it what you will. What is the word I'm looking for now? Oh, it's going to be one of those days, guys. We are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. This Mercury retrograde that is going to be happening in the sign of Aquarius. And I mean, I can tell you guys, as any of you who watch these readings regularly, I've been feeling this energy even before the pre-shadow period began, which was on the 15th. So bear with me. The galactic signature of the day, that's what we were going for, is the white galactic wizard energy. And the white wizard energy is really fun. It's all about enchanting, timelessness, and receptivity. And so the part that we talk about a lot is that part of understanding that our words are spells or enchantments. And so being very cognizant of the words that we're speaking, of the words that we're thinking, of the way that we are sharing our words with others, and understanding that they are creating spells, right? They have a power, they have a magnetism to them. And on these days, we can use our words to enchant, to consciously create spells, to draw people in, right? But we want to do this in a positive, beneficial way, of course. It's also this understanding of the fact that we live in a timeless reality, right? The only moment that is real is the present moment. And so the white wizard energy knows how to play in that present moment, how to take advantage and utilize that present moment to travel through time, to transcend time, to do all of those really fun magical things, right? It's also about receptivity. So it's about being receptive to the magic of the universe, being receptive by being present in the moment to all of the beauty and all of the enchantment that this magical universe has to offer, and really utilizing that to our advantage. It's also about being receptive to others, being receptive to the spells and the enchantments of others, creating that dialogue, creating that open space where we can come together with individuals and share our inspiration. And so very much that energy of authenticity, transparency, and healing are 3 key words for today. And the way that we interact with each other and with the universe to really bring those aspects into play. The affirmation for today is, I harmonize in order to enchant, modeling receptivity. I seal the output of timelessness with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of endlessness. And we're talking about integrity because we are working with the galactic tone today. And the galactic tone is all about harmonizing, modeling, and integrity. And so it's harmonizing with our fellow human beings, right? Which very much plays into this white wizard energy. But it's also about modeling our truths, modeling our values, our morals, our ethics, and harmonizing and being in integrity with those by enacting those, by speaking our truth, by speaking and acting in a way that models the truths, our own truths. And then be like the way that we can with this energy, really harmonize with others and enchant others with that strength of our vibration as we stand in our integrity, and really teach others how to do that. And also at the same time, respect when they are modeling their integrity and when they are modeling their truth, and the ways that we can sort of harmonize with each other, sort of enchant each other so that we can see each other's own viewpoints, so that we can really come out of this day with a greater and more expanded understanding of this collective reality that we are all experiencing together. So really fun, really interesting energy. Really be receptive to the world around you today. Be receptive to the magic. Be part of that magic today, and allow that magic to move through you, to flow through you, to enchant the entire world around you. We have some very interesting astrology, as always, going on today. We have the moon still in Pisces. The moon is making some interesting aspects today. And let me make sure I'm in the right day here. I am. Yes, I am. All right. Yeah, it's a constant struggle, you guys. But yes, we are in the right day today. It's just for some reason, I don't know why. Oh, because I ordered by orb. Don't worry about it. We got this. So the moon is making some interesting aspects. The moon is conjunct Neptune in Pisces today. And it's also sextiling Pluto, who is still in a pretty close conjunction with the sun. Pluto and the sun are 3 degrees apart at this point, as the sun is moving into conjunction with Saturn, which we are going to see later on this week. So that energy, the sun making a lot of interesting aspects, the moon making some interesting aspects, the moon also squaring the nodes. And so it's this energy, this really incredible psychic energy that we have going on today. This incredibly intuitive energy, this incredibly emotional energy, especially as we also have Ceres about to be conjunct Neptune as well. And so really all Ceres, Neptune, and the moon in a loose conjunction today, which is a lot of that nurturing energy. It's a lot of that caring energy. Ceres is that eternal nurturing mother energy. And I actually was reading the other day more about Ceres and reading that some people actually compare her to Isis as well. And so it's that eternal sacred mother energy. The energy of nourishment. Ceres can also be sometimes the energy, she can portray that energy of loss because she is compared to Demeter, and Demeter was the mother of Persephone, who was taken to the underworld by Hades, and she lost her for half the year, which explained why we had the seasons and why winter came, because she refused to nourish the crops during the months where her daughter was away. And so there is that aspect of loss as well, which can sometimes play into this energy. But there's a lot of just that energy of loving and nourishment. So it's a lot of family energy that we see going on today, a lot with the moon as well, which does also represent the mother. And so a lot of compassion as well, but there may be, for those of us who have experienced loss, especially when it comes to a mother or a mother figure or a child, this energy may be extremely profound in that way. It may bring up some stuff around that. It may just cause us to want to reach out to our mothers, and to anyone in our lives that we have that mothering that mothering energy toward our children, whatever it is, just a day for really appreciating and loving that, and really wanting to extend that loving and nurturing energy outwards. And we're going to see this energy continue. I believe it's tomorrow, or within the next few days. We have the exact conjunction of Neptune and Ceres. And so over the next few days, we're going to see this energy continuing, being very strong the day they make that exact conjunction, and also being very strong today with the moon in that orb as well. Just really a time, I feel like we're going to be just emotional today in general, when we also have this sextile to Pluto. So that's a lot of intensity. That's a lot of emotional intensity, and a lot of the shadowy emotions coming up, especially with all of these squares that we have going on with Mars and Uranus coming closer and closer into their exact conjunction. That energy, very, very big, very dynamic. That's the energy that makes us want to be a little bit reckless, possibly. It's really inspiring us. It's filling us with passion, but it can be a very explosive energy, and a very an energy that can be a bit chaotic and a bit unanticipated. It's the energy of dynamic surprises. And so this week could be full of dynamic surprises. And when I say this week, I guess what I'm really meaning is this coming week, as we move into this coming week. So just being aware of that, being aware to a lot of these high tension squares going on with Mars and Uranus to Saturn to Jupiter. Just a lot of that kind of energy going on. We have the sun in a loose square to Eris still. That was, of course, much tighter square around the new moon, but we're still feeling that energy. So there's a lot of rebellion in the air. There's a lot of energy of like, don't tread on me. That energy of, like, we can see it's like very revolutionary energy that we have brewing, and we may experience this in our own lives as well, with the sun making this aspect to Pluto still, and moving into aspect with Jupiter and Saturn as well, and sextiling the moon loosely today as well, which is okay. It's really connecting all of these energies. We are getting this really deep look into our psyche. We're understanding aspects, especially with the moon still conjunct Pallas as well, right? We're understanding things about ourselves. Truths are being revealed. Truths about ourselves to ourselves. And they may not be like ultimate truth. But this is truth in the way that we see things, the way that the patterns in our lives, why we have these recurring patterns. What are the beliefs underneath that? What are our biases, right? Why are we experiencing our reality the way that we experience it? These things becoming very clear to us. We have that quote that I share all the time by Carl Jung: until we make the unconscious conscious, it will dictate our lives and we will call it fate. And so we're really seeing how that unconscious mind has been dictating our lives. And we're understanding that it's not fate. We can change our fate, right? When we begin to change our belief systems, when we begin to change these structures, these perceptions, to heal these wounds and these biases that create whatever distortions we have in our reality. Those distortions are becoming more clear. And so this is a really powerful and potent energy. And I do work with this in Theta healing. I can also work with this with you guys in Belvaspata. So please reach out to me. My email's down below. If you want to work on your belief systems, if you want to work on some of these deep energies, these deep emotions and things that are coming up. It's like we're becoming very aware of our conscious and our unconscious and our emotional nature. All of these things are being revealed to us. Truths are being revealed to us. And we may feel as though we want to act on them, but we may still, it's that energy of, and I think we talked about this the other day, like that path forward being revealed, but do we have the courage to walk it? Are we willing to do what it takes to get to the destination that we are desiring, to get to the resolution that we are desiring, the life that we are desiring, right? Because it does take some work. We're not just bystanders in this experience. We're not viewing this experience. We are actors in this experience. We are here to be fully invested in our experience of life. And so we're learning a lot this week on how we can become more fully invested in this experience of life. Which is really beautiful, but it's absolutely intense, like we talked about, 2021 is not going to be any less intense than 2020. For anybody who thought that it was going to be, I'm sorry. I am sorry, but I'm really not, because it's giving us more dynamic lessons, more room to grow, to transform. Like we are ascending. That is an intense process, okay? That involves a lot of work and a lot of commitment on our parts to continue to grow, to continue to shed what's not serving us, to continue to shed light on the things that need to be brought into the light, right? We can't ascend if we are still allowing things to hide in the shadows. Everything must be illuminated. And so that's what we're doing, and we all signed up for this. And so really, there's no way around it. The best thing that we can do is just fully immerse ourselves and fully dedicate ourselves to this journey. All right, what are we going to do for cards? I'm wanting to pull a couple Sacred Spirit reading cards. Clear. So let's get us started today, Sacred Spirit. All right, lead the way, light your own path. First card coming out. This is so important as we move into Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, right? And also Aquarius season, which is beginning on the 20th here in the Northern Hemisphere, here with the tropical zodiac. So this is this energy coming through so strongly. Us being our own person, shining our own light, lighting our own path. This is what we came here to do. We didn't come here to follow along the path. It's like, I'm getting this vision of, when the terrain is a little bit unsteady, and so one person walks, and then the next person quite literally puts their shoes in the footprints of the person in front of them, and that's how they navigate the journey forward across the terrain. That is not what we're meant to be doing. We're meant to be using our own intuitive discernment, right? Our own intuitively, divinely guided action, and to say, okay, you're going there. That's perfect for you. But I feel as though I'm being led to go over here. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to figure out how to navigate this terrain, because this is the journey that was meant for me. It's like that kind of energy, and that takes a lot of courage. That takes a lot of guts, because this path is already laid out for you. This path seems much easier because it's already laid out, but it's actually not, because that path that person is walking is not the path that is the most fulfilling to our soul. That works for their soul. That doesn't work for our soul. If we are always trying to place our footprints in the footprints of those before us, we are totally missing the point, and we are not going to be fulfilling our soul. And if our soul is not fulfilled, our purpose is not fulfilled, because our purpose fulfills our soul. That's why our soul chose it. That's why we came here. And so it's really about having the courage to blaze our own path, and to really to lead the way. It's like there may be souls whose paths are compatible with these different paths that are laid out. Not everyone, how do I want to say this? Everybody watching this channel, I feel, is meant to blaze their own path. There are others who need that path to follow, who do resonate with that same path, but they don't quite have the vision yet of how to get there. So they do need those footprints to walk in. But if we're all walking in the same footprints, we're all going to the same place. And if we're walking in the old footprints that have been sort of fossilized into the dirt over centuries, we're going to get to the same destination that they got to. And that destination did not work for us, is not working for us. So some new paths need to be blazed, some new options, so that more souls can come along and say, okay, which resonates with me? And if none of those paths resonate, they can have the courage to blaze their own, because they see that all of these other paths have been blazed by others who had the courage to do that. Or if a path resonates that somebody else has blazed, they can move along that path as well. I don't know if that was a better way to put that. And they're saying that like that wasn't even necessary. It's just like leading the way means showing others that they can be leaders too. That they can walk their own path. Okay, and they're also saying like they can walk their own path, that it's okay. Like, we don't have to all do everything 100% differently than everybody else, right? We do what resonates with us. So maybe I want to walk in the footsteps of this path over here because it feels good. And then at some point that doesn't feel good anymore. So instead of just going with the flow of that still, which turns into going against the current because it's not resonating anymore, I maybe step over here a little bit and start my own path. And then at some point, maybe my path sort of re-emerges and synchronizes in with another path that's been traveled, and then at some point it goes. So there's like infinite ways to do this. Is like, that was a super wordy way on my part of saying there's infinite ways to do this, but what we're doing is teaching people that there are infinite ways, and whatever way we choose is perfect for us, but we want to make sure it's perfect for us. If there's not a path that's perfect for us, we create that path. All right, so hopefully you guys followed along through all of that. As I sort of struggled to get that through. Like we said, Mercury retrograde. Oh, God. Oh, this is going to be a doozy, you guys. Then we got Guardian, guard your energy. So really protect your energy during this time. Ask for assistance with this if you need it. Reach out to me if you want assistance with that as well. There are some different methods that I've used that help with this. But it's just like, really guard your energy. Be careful about who you're letting into your energy. Be careful about where you're extending your energy. I'm feeling like, even with your thoughts, like, what are you thinking about? Who are you thinking about? Are you, like, where you are, anytime you are extending your energy toward a person or toward a situation, you are entraining your energy with that energy. And so we want to be really careful about that. That's one of the ways that we guard our energy. And they want us to be aware of this, especially when it comes to consciousnesses. And so we're talking about like the consciousness of the pandemic, right? We're talking about the fear consciousness. We're talking about the control, the matrix consciousness. Every time you align too strongly with that consciousness, you begin to merge with it. And so we want to be really careful of that when we're talking about guarding our energy too. Don't allow yourself to get too caught up in that energy. You want to be aware, but you don't want to merge with that energy by putting too much of your consciousness in that trajectory, right? Anytime we feel ourselves, like if you are having a discussion with someone about some of these energies, these fear consciousnesses, and you begin to feel anxious, or you begin to feel fearful or stress, or you feel intuitively as though you're taking on energies, cut it off. Cut it off, because that means that you are connecting into it. You are dialing into it in a way that's not healthy. And this can also be with people, right? Anytime that we are thinking of a person, we are talking to a person, we're connecting with their energy. And so we want to make sure we're aware of what that feels like. If we are healers, we want to make sure that we really want to make sure that we're protecting our energy, that we're clearing our energy, that we're not allowing too many energies in. We want to be fully present with a person when we are working with them, and we want to disconnect afterwards. And we want to make sure that we are in our own space and in our own energy. There's just lots of different ways that we want to be patient and protective of our energy, especially, paying attention to the people that we're intimate with, the ways that we are just being aware of how all the different ways that we share our energy and we splinter our energy, and making sure that that energy is contained and we bring that energy back where it belongs, and that it is clear when we do so. Okay. All right. We have the Celestial Gatekeeper coming out. Timing is critical. And then we have shield your energy, look beneath the surface. So a lot of that shielding energy stuff coming out today. With all of these intense energies in the collective, like, we are really going to want to be practicing this more than ever. But with this Celestial Gatekeeper, I'm feeling like there's a situation, there's something that we are working toward, and the timing around that is very important. And so we don't want to rush the timing, and we also don't want to miss the timing. So we want to be very aware and very tuned in and synchronized with the timing of events and allowing things to unfold. That's why we want that divinely inspired action that we talk about, because that will tell us when it's time to act. There may be a situation where the time to act is not quite here yet, but it will. And so what we're being asked to do is to prepare for when we intuitively know. It's like, if we don't know whether the time is right for something yet, the time probably isn't right yet. We want to continue to stay connected to ourselves, to our higher guidance, so that we know and we can trust that we know exactly when that time is right. Yeah. And to look beneath the surface of events, to look beneath the surface of people, that's coming out as well. And this is also with this, it looks like a hawk. Like, look how keen and sharp his vision looks, okay? And so this is very much about seeing situations, seeing energies for what they are. This is a time where we really don't want to, we can't be paying attention to everything that we see on the surface, because most things that we are shown on the surface are illusion, are Maya. And so we need to look deeper into that. We need to look beyond what we're being shown on the surface. And this is very true when it comes to the media, when it comes to things happening politically, when it comes to people, energies, and entities that we're connecting with in the non-physical realms. That's coming through very strongly. When it's coming to our interpersonal relationships, things may not be what they seem. Okay? And so we really, 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 truly want to be, it's like, especially with that energy, with the Neptune energy and the things we have going on right now, things can be deceiving. We may be seeing things. It's a very hopeful energy that we have going on, but it may sort of, it's like that rose-colored glasses. We don't want to be looking with rose-colored glasses. We want to see the truth. And I see this going both ways, though. It's like there may be situations where we're seeing a person as one thing, and they're really something much more and much, much deeper than what we're seeing. And there are also situations where we're seeing people in situations that we think are these deep, soulful connections, and they're really something else. So it's going both ways in many different ways. Truth is going both ways. What the things that we believe are truth are not, and vice versa. And so that's why it's so important to connect with our own truth and to use that as sort of like a lens or a laser to navigate and to be able to interpret the world around us. But we really want to be looking beneath the surface of situations, beneath the surface of what people are saying. And this Sun conjunct Pluto energy really helps with that. But it's that balance, right? Because we don't want to be looking so deeply at everything that we become paranoid. We just want to really open ourselves up, ask to be shown the truth. If you don't know the truth about a situation, ask to be shown the truth about the situation. Ask to be shown the truth about that person. If we are communicating with other entities, right? Ask them if they are benevolent, if they are in service to the light. They have to answer you. And honestly, sometimes if I don't get an answer when I ask, I just blow them away with love anyway. because no answer is as good as an answer for me. But a lot of times, like, it's just, we just have to be careful. We have to be cognizant. And we have to also understand that everything is happening in divine timing. And that's why when it says timing is critical, we may be thinking that the timing is off on a situation and wanting to push it forwards, especially with this Mars-Uranus energy and things to this sort, right? But the timing, everything is timed out perfectly. So we just have to get into the flow and the synchronicity of that timing. And trust that and see that and be willing to receive the information and the insight that we need to receive. We will always get the insight at the right time. So it's like really trusting that. And then on the bottom of the deck, we also have channel your knowledge, critical judgment. And so this is once again that judgment piece, like seeing and judging things from that higher perspective, really utilizing the knowledge and the wisdom that we've gained. And critical judgment, I feel like, would be the same as discernment. When we talked about the difference between judgment and discernment, really using our discernment. Yeah. And through these darker energies, these more difficult energies that we're experiencing right now, right, there is a higher meaning that's evolving for our lives. It's just for some of us, it's this process, right? This is like, I'm seeing this as like the Plutonic energy and the psyche, and how we are getting in touch with these different aspects of our nature right now, and we're learning from them. It's like they're communicating knowledge. When we are willing to look at the darkness within, it communicates to us deep wisdom and knowledge. And some of these soul fragments then are able to return. So that's really beautiful. I like that energy. I like that energy coming out for us. I'm thinking if there's anything else that oh yeah, and then the Sacred Destiny card. There are 2 paths ahead. Which path are you choosing? Right? And this is once again where I'm thinking about the footprints. Although we can say there are actually infinite paths ahead, right? Yeah. Oh, it's the cards keep going. And then the Ascended Masters. They're here. Offering their love, offering their support. We're going to close with a Angels and Ancestors card. Clear. Give us 1 card to close this reading with, please. And we're going to read this from the book. 1 card to close this reading with for today. And they gave us 2. But this one was upright, so that's what we're going to read. And this would be, I believe, in the back. Seasons. Embrace the change that is on the horizon. Allow your dreams to become reality. Spring is an exciting time because it has so much potential. Animals are coming out of hibernation, flowers are pushing up through the soil, and the days are getting lighter and brighter. The spring card features a wild hare because in Celtic animal medicine, the hare brings intuition and rebirth. Hares are highly fertile beings, and so their medicine can bring dreams to life. You are ready to bring to life all of your ideas, inspirations, and projects. When this card appears, you are moving into a space that allows you to really grow, expand, and create in a way you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth, and if you're starting something new, prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When this card arrives in the future position of a spread or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that coming spring will usher important changes with regards to your question or intentions. And it's kind of the only card. I mean, we had the Magic Guardian come up underneath. And so we will sort of play that energy into it as well. And this is about unlocking the magic within ourselves, right? And this is absolutely something we can do on a White Wizard Day, right? That's what we are unlocking our ability to enchant, our ability to cast spells with our words, right? Our creative potential, creating, sowing the seeds with our intentions, with our words, with the spells that we are casting. And we are allowing ourselves to become enchanted and to enchant today. So we really are unlocking our magic in a very deep and profound way, which is also extremely beautiful. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you liked this video, like this video. Share, comment. Let me know how today is going for you. I love hearing from you guys today and each and every day. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. It is appreciated. And there is also a or there are descriptions of the different services that I offer in the description box below with my email. Reach out to me if you would like to set something up. I would absolutely love to do that. I appreciate you guys. I will have more videos coming out. There have been some requests for videos, and so within the next few days, I will be putting some of those video requests out. If you guys have requests for stuff that you want me to make videos about, definitely let me know, because I love to hear what it is that you guys are interested in hearing more about. If it's something that I know a little something about, I will absolutely do a video on it. If it's not, I will at some point learn it and do a video about it. You know, it may take a bit of time sometimes, but I am always listening to you guys, and I am always making mental notes. I appreciate you, because I appreciate you so much, and I appreciate sort of the interactive quality that I have with all of you, and the connections that we're forming. It's just really, really beautiful, and that's just another way that I can show my appreciation. And so some of those request videos are going to be coming out this week. I love you. I appreciate you. I will talk to you soon.